I'm not a big one for technical data. I'm more of a does it work and does it work well type of guy. Well, I consider this Hava model R09 countertop dishwasher more of a personal luxury item. My take on it is that it worked well and performed all that was expected of it. As you've seen, I just fixed breakfast, one of the sloppiest, stickiest meals I can think of, and that's those fried potatoes that I did in a pan. That's not necessarily a very good pan for that. But we're out here at the cabin today to try out this Hava model R09 countertop dishwasher. I know nobody likes these reviews, but this one I found kind of interesting. There's a couple things that I found unique about it. One is that you don't necessarily need a faucet to connect it to. You can, using the included hose, but in my case, seeing how I don't have water in the cabin, I have to use 5 liters and dump it into the top here. And then there's a heater that'll heat this up to 167 degrees, and then it'll wash your dishes. The other thing that I found kind of unique is it's got a fruit basket that you can put in here. And you can put hard-sided fruit or vegetables in it and wash them that way. Like those dirty potatoes and stuff like that that come out of my garden. I figured for me and Grizzly it'd be a nice little unit. So I agreed to go ahead and do a little review on it, as much as I know everybody hates them. Before I get too carried away here, it's got a whole bunch of different settings. You got a normal, an eco, a quick, a strong, which we'll be using. You got a glass one, and then you got a fruit one, and that's the one that doesn't heat the water. It'll just use lukewarm water and wash the hard-sided fruit or vegetables with that. And then of course it's got a self-clean, a dry mode, a delay, a skip function. So in my case, as an off-grid cabin, I have to use the drain line here and put it into a bucket and let it drain that way. And then obviously I have to fill the machine up with water and let it warm up. But if you were using it on the counter in a normal house, you'd stick this down your drain and connect this to your tap. With just being me and Grizzly here, I think the small capacity would probably do us a lot better than a full-sized or even an apartment-sized dishwasher for that matters. We're gonna give this a work mode in the highest, or in the strong mode, and see if it'll clean off my fried potato pan. It got a little baked down there, so we'll see if it'll do that. If it does that, it has my vote of confidence. If it doesn't do that, we'll have to go from there. But anyhow, I'm gonna go ahead and load this up. I got Grizzly's plate here from his breakfast this morning. Okay, remember, don't eat the pod. Directions on how to run this is all on top. That's where you fill the water. If you're not using a sink, it says 1.3 gallons roughly, or 3 pitchers, which is the pitcher they send with you. I could see where it come in handy for just dinner plates and silverware and such as that. I don't think I would be trying to cram too many big pans in there, but small fry pans and stuff will fit. I was thinking, boy, that would be nice to have on the back of a bar or something. But we'll see how it runs. I'm gonna see how many watts it draws for off-grid application. But hey guys, this is a countertop dishwasher, so it's not a real big dishwasher. You're not gonna get roasting pans in there. As far as dinner plates and glassware and that type of thing, I think it would work out pretty good. Interested to see if it'll clean that pan that I made the potatoes with. So if it does that, I guess the cleaning power is definitely there. It just takes either normal dishwasher soap or those pods. Other than that, let's try this thing out. This is billed as a 3-place setting dishwasher. I think a lot of that just depends on how many plates and utensils you use and that sort of thing. You're not going to do any big pots or pans in it, you know, smaller fry pans and stuff, but you just don't have the depth for the handles and such. I got my coffee pot in there, a couple plates, and that dirty fry pan from the fried potatoes that I tried making this morning. So they stuck a little bit, so I'm hoping that if that comes out clean, then should be a good little machine. While it's heating the water, it takes about 850 watts. Right now it's taking absolutely nothing. That was a 1 hour dry cycle after a 80-minute wash cycle. I used about 30% on my blue eddy here. The drying I was kind of impressed with. It only used 72 watts at a time. The wash now, when the water heater kicked on in there, that jumped up to 750 or 850 watts, so that was quite a bit. But it only lasted for a little bit, and then it was just a couple watts for the pump to push the water around. But anyhow, now's the time to see just how clean the dishes came out. Ooh, a little bit of heat in there. Pretty surprised that the dryer only used 72 to 75 watts. The cutting board's nice and clean. Ooh. Plates are nice and clean. How's the pot? The pan? Ooh, the pan came out pretty good. Just a couple little flakes in there. I'll be dang. For how crusted everything was in there, I thought that was never going to come clean. There's a couple little flakes yet in here, but not too bad. Oops, a little bit of water left on top of the coffee pot. Coffee pot came more cleaner than what it went in, that's for sure. Actually did come out pretty good. I honestly think this is a personal luxury, but that said, it would work out well for off-grid, cool, campers, motorhomes, or my next glamping trip. Okay guys, thanks for watching and see you next time. Take care.